You want to know if your favorite singer is a really good singer? Watch them in a radio show.
Radio settings are immensely difficult. The mics are not made for music, they're made for speech. We've discussed this in depth in many other videos. And today we're gonna dive into the Filipino radio scene and watching some of the most well-known and beloved singers singing in radio shows.
Oh, December Avenue, Morrison. Listen, we're hearing what they would get on their fallbacks. That's what we're hearing.
So this is a music setup. Wow.
He's no joke.
Everything's live.
Actually, they have in-ears because the actual amplification of the space, the environment, it's sort of like drowned out by the environmental sound of like the amplification of the bass and the drums. It sort of drowns out what the vocals are doing. So in their in-ears, their vocals would be a little bit more above what everything else is happening.
I'd like to see any Western, Eastern, modern singer in environments like that.
Yeah.
With no makeup, just what you got in the fallback. Let's see if you really sing.
Yes! That time signature is crazy. Do you know why? I believe that this is the reason why the underground alternative scene in the Philippines is so big and is so delish. Because you have bands like this sort of pave the way. Yeah, that's sick, so fat.
This is something of the past. Radios no longer do music shows like this.
Evening, just to like listen to your favorite songs being played live like that.
Okay, so that's the proper radio sound.
Also, he has no idea what's coming out of that mic. He's guessing. Oh, it's so good.
Why we fell in love with the Filipino music industry. Things like this.
Bawat unos na magdaan, sana'y di magmaliw ang pagtingin.
That's magic.
Kay daling sabihin, kay hirap.
Absolutely stunning.
My love, it's been a long time since I cried.
I love Kichi, I swear to God, she's so cool.
Blue. It's hard leaving you the way when I never wanted to.
Again, she has no idea what this sounds like amplified.
Self-denial is a game of treasure never would have wanted. That was you.
Oh, she's perfect, okay?
'Cause what I don't understand is why I'm feeling so bad now when I know it was my dear. I could have just denied the truth and lied. Now why am I the only one standing stranded on the same?
You know
Yeah,
what?
that's like a big thing there.
Completely hypnotized.
Look at this shit.
Okay.
It's the ice.
Yeah. Okay, Monster got it down.
Friday night and the lights are
Okay, I freaking love ice.
looking out for a place to
We have never seen any of this ever.
Oh, these are all brand new and it's fabulous.
where they play the right music, getting in the swing. You come to look for.
You know what's crazy? Also, the microphone is picking up the guitar, so that guitar is not plugged anywhere.
Anybody could be that guy. Night is young and the music's high. Where they play the right music, everything's fine. You're in the mood for
Very talented. Agree, Tim.
Ang galing.
And when you get the chance,
Especially because it's difficult to showcase anything flashy in a radio setting.
You can't. That's not what the environment was made for, in my opinion.
It really wasn't.
It was made for those types of shows. I mean, it's obvious, those types of performances.
Moments, yeah.
I think it's quite obvious that folk singers are always going to do a lot better. Alternative folk people are going to do better in radio environments than power vocalists. However, I do like the fact that a lot of these radio shows, which is a dying breed here in the West, I think in the Philippines is different because there's so much fucking traffic. People are stuck in the cars for quite a long time, so radio is still a big thing. I like the fact that they have maintained this purist aspect of radio, which is certainly a dying breed all over the world. And I don't know if it's a dying breed in the Philippines, but do let us know. Give some reverb.
And he's feeding back.
At iibigin ng tapat, ngunit sa di sinasadyan, may ibang makikilala. At sa unang pagkikita,
shout out to the desk guy. He fixed that feedback real quick. Nice.
What the
Oh my god. I genuinely am so blown away by these performances.
Alright, monster.
RX 9.3.
I don't know who she is.
Me neither.
Sa ilog, ang mundo'y
I
tahimik.
think we checked her out once or twice before.
Sa awit ng hangin, sa tuwina'y ang dungan niyo ay luya.
I love the folk scene in the Philippines. It's just so dope.
Katapusan, ang ilog, ang tungan niya ay pangako ng iyong pagbabalik. Ngiti kasama ng hangin.
Wow.
More of that.
Naririnig mo ba?
Liesel Garcia.
Liesel.
Mga patak ng aking luha.
Okay, girl. Damn.
Sa bawat araw, bawat ibot ng puso, ikaw ang nasa isip ko. Alaala mo sa akin ay gumugulo. Pipilitin ko, limutin ang pag-ibig mo. Panaginip lang ito sana'y
And this is probably early in the morning as well, bastard.
Oh yeah, that's another thing that you forget about that. Yeah.
With radios, yeah, like
radios, they usually, well, I don't know, but every time we did a radio tour,
Oh
it was
my
always like
God.
at the break of dawn.
Mate,
you
it
know?
was so
Like,
early in the morning.
It was so early, and it was always like really.
I don't know if that means because it's like peak time for radios or whatever the fuck.
Probably
but
because people are in the traffic,
but
right?
when
Like,
we were doing radio shows, mate, this was
it was
18 years ago.
Yeah, maybe like 20
Damn.
years ago.
Mate, are we old as hell?
We old.
What
bro.
the hell?
We old.
Oh my God, I'm one step closer to death.
I'm up on stage, look at the bling, yeah. Set it off to over the ankle. You can handle this thing as a prank. No, you can handle this thing as a prank, yeah. Hands up the bang and sing. I'm up on the stage, look at the bling.
I feel like a singing song, it would have been a better choice.
But this is a good statement to like, I can do what I did on the record wherever you put me.
I just feel like the audience that listens to radio doesn't fucking listen to rap.
Yeah, it's true.
You know?
It's true.
Maki.
Hey, yo. Yeah, Monster RX.
Also, obviously recent.
They've been
Same as
moving mad. And the amplification continues to be radio style, you know?
Tamagotchi on it. This reminds me back home so
Saturating
much.
the heck out of those speakers. It is great. I love that grounding back after the falsetto.
pro.
You can't even hear him.
This is insane.
You can't even hear him.
That the Philippines still got this. Oh, yes, of course, G22.
Yeah, G22. We've seen them.
Balik tayo kung saan sana pwedeng pagbigyan. Baka may ibang daan pwede nating balikan. Pagkasakaling pwede pa
inulitin.
I actually really like G22. As a vocal group, I think they're just so freaking good.
Nandyan ka pa. Pag-usapan natin muna, hindi pwedeng ako lang nag-iisip.
And they're not even hearing themselves back.
Alam mo ba kung pwede lang
They don't have any ears, no?
Nothing.
Ayoko naman na parang ako'y iniiwasan.
Yeah.
Whoa. Yeah, big up G22, bro. Where's the big ass investor, you know?
Yeah.
And
90.7 Love Radio is also crazy.
And I to the
Yeah.
Fuck.
Okay.
Sobrang solid kagabi.
See, this is what you expect rap to sound on the radio. This is what you expect. Can't ate that shit up.
I think it's a mistake. I don't think you ever do rap live in a radio.
Felipe ate that shit up.
I think it's a big mistake. I don't think you ever do this because I think the audience that likes radio doesn't probably listen to rap. And I think also, again, in different parts of the world it might be different. But
you're
also
trying to capture fresh ears.
Yeah, but
new people,
also
they
rap on radio doesn't translate well, bro. It's empty. It feels weird. The amplification is bizarre. Even though it's speech mics and you are rapping, it feels garbage.
Yeah. Unless you're spitting some sick freaking freestyle that is just straight up bars.
Jay.
Yeah.
I'm fucking Chris Lauren. See a lot.
Natin ang ating pag-angat, tinaligaw at naging isa ka na rin sa aking pangkat. At hanggat nandito ka tong
Why is CLR so
mundo ko,
forward?
ikaw ang magmamay-ari sa puso ng hari. Yeah, bayu, tuloy ang araw.
You know what? Chris Lawrence and JR.
Nakakaloka, boko, bayu.
I'm so OP.
Sa ipin kong ito, alam mo na ang gusto. Walang iba kundi ang kesuwenyo. Cheesy man ko pakinggan, bakit pa baka maiilang kung malaya na tayo na parang kanta na J at K lang wag kang kumurap. Shouts to the prince and the king. Ayun naman mga kap. Oh!
Awiting ko ay alay sa'yo, yeah.
Let's go, let's go.
Turn him up.
It's okay.
Hear me out, Papa.
Paramdam ko sa'yo if it's okay with
Yeah,
you.
it's so raw. It's crazy.
That is cool though. That was a cool thing.
Again, now I have a new thing. If you want to find out if your singer sings like genuinely, send them to the Philippines to do a radio tour.
Pa-selfie lang kumuha.
Oh no.
Nang bigla siya nandyan
Mariam. Is she related to Nora?
Could she be related to Nora?
Rest in peace.
Abot tengang napangiti, hindi ko napigilan.
Nice though.
Parang kulang ang sandali.
Yeah, pretty good.
At kay bilis naman. Teka lang muna, wait. Ganito pa lang ang napag-ibig. Napapasinga lang sa love song.
I like her vocal color. This is nice. Yeah, okay.
So Monster seems to be the ones that like this.
Don't play
James.
my games.
Okay.
No, you caught me checking you out. Come meet me in the fast lane. Girl, I'm over slowing it down. I've been holding this feeling in for way too long. Sasamahan kita. Oh, kahit sa man to mapunta.
I like James, you know. He's so underrated sometimes, but I really love this guy.
Mo na,
Yeah.
wag na natin to pigilan,
Especially for the
baby.
style of music he
I
does.
want the same thing, won't let you out my sight. Di ba din alam? Oh girl, bahala na. Di ba din alam?
Yeah, well done, kid.
Basta kasama ka.
Love that.
Well, James is like a good singer though. Like it's just the type of music he does. Sometimes he makes it seem like he's just like a pop artist, but he's not. Like he's genuinely like a very very good singer. And there's nothing wrong with just being a pop singer. But I'm just saying, usually most pop singers are not technically the most sound.
No, it's because the songs usually have that sort of like predictable recipe sort of formula to them, and it makes the singers seem like they're playing a little safe. They're playing safe. But this guy is good. James is great.
James is awesome. But that's interesting,
this is so good, though.
That's the first time we ever reacted to Filipino music in radio settings aside from the Wish bars. How wild is this?
Let us know if you liked it.